morning. Good morning, everyone. Are you ready? Ready for the midterm? Let me see the chat. Whoa. Open Revit. This is my video. Perfect. So, if you are ready for the midterm, I would like to explain what to do. Let me see. Oh, good morning, good morning. So, perfect. So the thing will be very simple. And good morning to all of you. And without waiting any further, morning, good morning. Perfect. So what to do will be very simple. Look. First of all, if you read into the video description, there is a link to a folder where you have to upload your midterm. That is this folder here. I will also write again. This into the chat. So this is when you finish, and this link is both on the chat and into the video description. What to do instead as a simple project in Revit? This would be extremely simple. That would be this. You go to my folder into the Google Drive of the FDA, and I will share the link immediately here so that it is easier. So if you simply follow this second link, good morning. Second link is where you find my Revit folder for into the FDA Google Drive. You have to open that folder that is called Midterm March 2020. So let me also use my app to write on the screen. Here we are. So you have to open this folder here that contains a PDF with a simple floor plan. And I suggest to download it on your computer. Okay, so this is the PDF. It's a very basic floor plan. No weird angles, nothing fancy, just very simple. So what you have to do is you have to turn this floor plan into a Revit project, and as I already explained last week, you have to remember that this is one floor, but you have to make this house in 2 levels, first of all. Then, of course, you have to follow exact dimensions that are written there. You need to add floor, you need to add roof on top of your second level. Wherever you want, in whatever position of this floor plan, you have to put stairs so that you can connect both levels that you create. And of course, you have to put doors and windows as they are described in this floor plan. So there is not a specific height for doors and windows. That is completely up to you. What you have to match is only the width of each opening and how many panels each opening has. So you can see that there is a window that has one panel here, while these other windows, and there's another below, they have two panels. Um, Doors, for example, are all the same. They change. What changes is only swinging direction sometimes. Okay, and what you have to do is you have to start now, and in these 2 hours, even if, let's say, I will just, I won't stream myself doing nothing, in this time, I will just leave the chat always active, so that if you have questions, I will be able to answer. I will also leave Revit open so that I can show you things in real time. So first question is, have I to use a specific family for windows and doors? The answer is no. Not a specific family for windows and doors, but dimensions, yes. Dimensions must perfectly match those that you will find into the PDF floor plan. Also, you are free to use whatever technique we have seen in class. No problems. If you want, you can model it directly in Revit. If you want, you can draw it in AutoCAD and then import it. If you want, you can try to convert the PDF into DWG, then scale it, then import. I mean, feel free to use whatever technique we have explained in class. And also remember that because I know that maybe you are not all able to follow live streaming, or maybe you have issues in laptops and stuff like this, remember that to complete this magnificent midterm exam, you have 20, no 2, sorry. I was playing why I've written 2. But to complete it, you have 24 hours. So the folder where you can upload your finished file will be available till tomorrow at 11. So technically they are 26 hours, but it's okay. And the only difference would be that in these 2 hours, so no, tomorrow at 1, not tomorrow at 11. Tomorrow at 1, I will close the folder. But for these 2 hours, so from now, from 11 to 1, I will be basically behind the screen. And if you have questions or doubts in these 2 hours, feel free to open the chat and ask me whatever doubt you may have. Okay? Can you start? Give me a vital sign that you are starting your midterm exam. Or write me perfect, or write me whatever doubt you may have before starting. Yes, see? Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So, anyway, Starting. Yes, yes, yes. Start as fast as you can, uh, so that if you have questions, it will be easier to ask me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But as I was saying, um, do it now so that if you have questions, problems, and so on and so on, just drop a message into the chat and I will be able to answer. What I will do now, simply, instead of annoying you with my voice or my screen, you will see just a black screen that will say back in 5 minutes, but the chat is overlaying, so I will check messages, and whenever you want, feel free to send me a message. Okay? Perfect. Good luck to everyone, and let's and also behind the scene, what I will do is uh, I will try also, I mean, just to see if it is simple or not. I think it is to make this model in Revit, and this is why. So that next week, then I'll show you how I have done it, and I will open two of your random midterm exams just to have a feedback in what can be potential issues, problems, or common doubts and stuff like that. Okay? Perfect. I'm here whenever you want. Send me a message.
Store. Hopefully, we're gonna. What I actually went there for, like this flannel from LLB, a little tight on me. A small roll of tape for 5 paper thingies. So I could put the attach in my and marked where each fabric was going to be placed on each leg. I just based everything off to see where the easier. I just cut a big square around the graphic, which made the seam along the sides of the put out the adhesive tape. So my on the back would stick to the fabric. Once they're stuck to the fabric, I realized that this was false and sticking. I did which I over and over cut and ironed the ever washed these jeans? Probably. But at this point, I don't see any. I'm not gonna have any other darker or lighter blue denim that I was willing to cut up. So I was like, when I put these fabrics on, I probably like streetwear, even like brand reviews and whatnot. But anyways, I catch you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.
Do you want to learn to draw professional and impressive artwork from scratch that will blow people's minds? I'm Scott.
Yo, what's good, Granny Gang? It's those chino pants, bondage pants, wear. They're what I'm looking for. Kind of that I've been talking about a lot recently. Reason I got in general like that. So denim. I have looked art on that trend. Typically see a range of like maybe 180 to like 300. So now next up we have a young designer out of New York, and he goes by the name of Ev Bravado. And basically I put him on this list because he makes a specific type of especially with kind of like I feel like are kind of similar as far as the lane goes. Amiri is more like that patchwork type of denim and carrying like distressed denim and stuff like that. And then Balmain is kind of more biker denim, like all the archive collection bar. But besides that, I have more videos for you guys coming soon. Always, you can go down in the comments and
did it and what I went about. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I like a pair of John 6. So now that we have the pants turned inside out, I'm going to be using another pair of seam purpose. But if you write this is where I'm going to create my line. Now for this step, I'm going to be using a black Sharpie. If you don't feel comfortable using something to mark the pair of pants that you're going to be tapering, I would use maybe like a, you won't really be able to, I'm going to work myself up. Now if you're new at this, I would suggest you, so this one measures right at 6, and this one measures. Of course, for this a hassle for a pair of, since I've learned to do this, if you're new to, you can see I'm gonna have to stitch over the pocket just a little bit. So I'm not coming up. I have to turn the stitching. Maybe the stitch right over the pocket right there. Now I'm gonna also and I went all the way down, keeping that open. And the reason why I did that, all right, so I just tried them on. So let's show you over that black part, and then which is gonna allow for better there. And went ahead and sewed up excess fabric. Enough to cut through strong, rugged denim. Pronounce it. As you can see, nothing like mid-thigh area. We fold that like so, and then stitch along what I'm talking about. Maybe to like here, so about 4 inches. I would cuff it like so. You don't want to see something like this. To throw these on and see how they were before. Fresh and our thigh area. I opted to go a little bit on the fitted slimmer side. So there you have it. That's how those look on me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button.
I want to thank this week's sponsor, the best cuts. The saw shows what degree the table and multiply my measurement. Some adjustments have to be made for a wearable cosplay scale suit. This piece, the rest are to cut out a pass-through in the 6mm foam. Then I glue some more 6mm foam around. Used a wood burr to stick the side panels on. I need the Velcro to attach to the backpack. One of the most beautiful and ambitious mobile games on Champions. And when awesome pack has 4 maneuvering thrusters between the glue and the sides, because that keeps the this come together. There are sheaths, holsters, holders, they go on the sides here. Perfect outline for the bottom, all the edges. You can see that there's a right side and the top and the bottom of the pack is painted. Nozzle, the pipe, which gives an easy way to mount the nozzles into the rocket boxes. I'm not going to go any further with it. There are 2 more kind of pieces that belong to it. There's a pair test fit backpack color. Put all that together in the same video, so I'm doing all that at once. So for now, the backpack is finished. I need to paint it. The rest of the Gundam has been spray painted so far, but I never bought the backpack color. So I mixed a custom color for my Plaid FX paints. Thin it with some water and airbrush it on. Airbrush medium is probably better to use than just water, but I didn't have any. And then there are a couple of panels that are light gray. And then I can add in all the black panel lines. I'm waiting to fully weather this until the entire suit is done so I can do it all at once and the weathering will match that way. I put a single piece of Velcro across the top so I can connect the backpack to the blue chest. After I get Joe back into the shop for a test fit, we can add more straps if they're needed. Most of the materials I use for this project are available for order online, and you can have them shipped right to you. I put a list and links in the description. And this is part 3 of my full suit Gundam build, the maneuvering backpack unit. Now there's some plans to add some lights for the thrusters and maybe some cooling fans, but that's going to happen in another video. For now, this completes the torso for the Gundam. My next video is going to be the arms, which will be made from foam because this is how Odin makes. One of the main things is the pair of beam saber. And again, I want to say thank you to on support. Have an idea for something for me to make? Please leave a comment below. And if you make any of these projects, you can send me a picture.
Has weirdly turned into an evolving canvas, and it's very cool. I have several murals up on the big wall space I have, and I like to go back actually and have been replacing them with new murals. And it's cool for me because they were done like a year, sometimes over a year ago. For example, this one was a big level up for me. I wasn't too familiar with figures or figure drawing, and I was super proud of myself when I completed that. Now I'm back a year later and I'm gonna replace it with a super similar figure to level up yet again. And that's what it's all about. Just did that. I sketch a lot, and it reminded me of this elementary of the process. And once I different color backdrop, I have a exactly white, but projectantly on. I was looking at this big wall with just the skinny painting this snake out of it, and it was cool. And so I thought that I would add more snakes, you know, painted and.
I bet a lot of you are stuck at home right now, just like I am. And I'm more than a little stir crazy right now, so let's learn some art. My name is many companies dance, so it seems like a pretty fair trade. So a quick note on software, Adobe has created, in fact, try it out. College recently became an art YouTuber by reviewing tech for illustrators and artists, which was a hobby of mine. And I thought, you know what, I really want to get better at this. And I tried several different online those boxes, and warm line tip pen paper that over there is what I took, and what I found on to the next lesson the next day. 30-day trial in and learn the with some of the other sites. Will Terry, Lee White, and Jake Parker, who are all professional, published, level foundation of like a real one to take a look at that 30-day trial of. There's also my digital art starter kit if you're interested in learning about the hardware, just getting.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And this setup is going to be a little more affordable with a setup list. So I'm going to hide QuickTime here and pull up my spreadsheet with all the parts used. So just like our last $5 or so, that's really all the parts. Awesome. And if your desk, obviously it works great if you're doing it next. Actually, in lamps right onto the end. Again, I removed the whole VISA end on this arm. And what this allows us to do is not only fold this folding arm, but then swing it out of the way and just completely hide it. This keeps our desk nice and clean, so there's no camera tripod sitting here, there's no microphone arm here, and I will say that you could obviously use this arm like it's intended to and clamp it to the edge of your desk. That would work, but the problem with that is your mic, if you don't want it in your frame, is going to have to be way out here or way down low somewhere and very far away from your mouth. Since we moved it up onto this swinging arm and then out over us, we're able to get it much closer. So my mouth is probably 12 inches away. That allows us to drop our levels down, gets everything cleaned up. It just sounds better. My Mac here, you might be hearing in this video, is processing and, recording this footage, so its fans are going, but it's not, super duper noisy. So that takes care of sound. Of course, we have that wired with our extension arm all the way on this pole and up to the camera. What's cool about this system, since it's designed to hold monitors, there's lots of cable management. So there's these little clips that attach to each of these arms, allowing you to route all your cables. You throw in a little extra Velcro and you have a really nice clean install like you see here. Next up, we're going to talk about the light. Now for this setup, I bought a third arm and mounted it to this main post here. Now this arm's a little different. It actually has 3 sections, allowing it to be through, run it through there and in just about anywhere. Just bring it sure you use. So with all that taken, and it's going to catch focus. This is great for product review. It's all right and things, and you have a desk, or if you're just working out of your bedroom, something like this will give you a ton of flexibility and allow you to create content.
OBS Studio version to get through absolutely everything, so that, and some of them are little improvements, but I wanted to get through absolutely everything so that you have the best chance of making the most of OBS version 25 for your live streams. Okay, so the first thing you need to be doing is making sure you're running on OBS version 25. So go up to the help menu, click check for updates, and now use OBS to capture games that use the Vulkan graphics rendering API, things like Doom Eternal, Rainbow Six Siege, No Man's Sky, Dota 2, as well as so many upcoming titles. So what is Vulkan, you might be wondering? Effectively, it's just a graphics rendering API, exactly the same as DirectX, but DirectX has been built by Microsoft and only works on Windows machines. So games developers nowadays, because they want to be building for more than just the Windows platform, they're going to be using things like Vulkan, because that API is available across Windows, Mac OS X, Android, Linux, consoles as well. So it's much capture method now lets you capture things using a highlighted border around different streaming programs. So if you've ever used OBS Classic, XSplit, Streamlabs OBS, or maybe OBS on a different platform like OS X, you can now import your OBS Studio straight into OBS. What this effectively means to make use of some of Streamlabs OBS themes and widgets. Use Streamlabs OBS and use their massive suite of free scene collections that they have available, install them in Streamlabs OBS, and then import them across to OBS Studio. So I guess that's a little tip for all of you that are starting out streaming and you want to make use of some of Streamlabs OBS themes and widgets. Next, we have the ability to drag and drop browser sources straight into OBS. What this effectively means is that you can drag and drop browser sources and they will retain certain parameters that you need for that browser source in your streaming software. Hopefully, we'll get alert services like Streamlabs and Stream Elements, as well as some of the stream design companies like Nerd or Die, VBI or OwnTV, adding these buttons to their websites so that we can simply just drag and drop them into OBS and they'll already have all of the correct parameters. OBS has added some source icons just to make things much easier to see at a glance. These are just little icons next to each of your sources to help you differentiate which source is which. If you combine these icons with the grouping of sources and the coloring of sources, it's going to make the organization for you in your streaming software much easier. But if you would prefer to disable these, you just go up to the view menu and you can disable the icons there. From sources to scenes, OBS have added a scene grid mode. All you have to do is right click in the scenes box, choose grid mode, and you can see it goes from sort of a list to a more. Do note that this doesn't work with any stingers or basic cuts. It only works with things like fade or luma wipes. For those of you that have signed into your Twitch account through OBS, they have added an option to enable or disable some of the chat extensions that you can use in the Twitch chat panel. So those are the Better Twitch TV and the Frankerface chat, and pressing the L. They've added support for the filter that you use in your well in the you can customize that here. Whilst we're on audio, they've also added, if you make use of having the OBS projection, They have added support for those kind of devices that automatically rotate the camera output when you rotate the camera. To save you a bit of time when you assemble a new scene, you can now copy and paste multiple selected sources into new scenes if you'd like to. A small quality, you can now change the projection type by right-clicking on the context menu. For those of you that have got the Logitech StreamCam, Logitech's new webcam, I did do a video review of that, I'll link it up in the top card. They have added support. Quality of life improvement that they've done is that now in the system tray icon, it will show when you have a recording paused. That source as well. Another small quality of life improvement that they've made is the default source sizes. Now when you actually add a source to a scene, they've improved that. So usually when you added a text source, it was super tiny up in the top corner, and they've just improved the default sizes now. So things like that. They've added some string specifiers to the file name formatting option in OBS for recording. Output resolutions are at the right aspect ratio. This should hopefully solve a lot of people that have been streaming with black bars because they've entered the wrong resolution. Lastly, they've removed the older and now depreciated NVENC encoder from the advanced output mode to just prevent some confusion. So previously you had rescaling, it automatically folds back to the older implementation. But like I said in my NVENC video, I definitely recommend using the new implementation because it's a lot more efficient. If you would like to check out that podcast episode, I have it linked. Let's say that you just picked up a brand new Logitech webcam because you want to improve the production quality
here I am. We have a question. So someone says there is a family for single casement window not working with the positioning. So you are right. I mean, I was almost finished, and I want to show you what I've done so far. So level 1 here. So this is what I've done so far. And I have used here the window that is called window single casement right. And you need, sometimes it happens this. Look, let's say here I select this window, and it doesn't even appear the possibility to have those blue dimensions to move the window, like, look, like this door. You select the door and they appear, these blue numbers, and I can easily move it. If you select a window or a door and those numbers are not appearing, you must look up on the when you select the window, on this green bar, you may see that there is an option that is called activate dimension. It is here. So when you select the window and then you can't move it, select it, click activate dimensions, and bim, bada boom, you will find these numbers appearing. Look, not only for the single casement one, let's see this double casement window, you select it, you can see no numbers appearing, click activate dimensions, and then these numbers will appear. Okay? Try this first and see what happens. I know, that is a cool one. Okay, try this. I mean, let me know if it works before I close the chat. No, sorry, before I go into post mode. Even if I mean I have nothing here. I'm just in the middle that I wait. I can make my roof. Just wait. Let me see the chat. Let me know if it works. Suggestion that I gave. Okay. Let me see also if my rooftop works. Fantastic. Okay, let me see. After, can I work also with dimension, or only with blue dimensions? This is the problem. Look, it depends, unfortunately, window by window. But when I do this and I click activate dimensions, you can change these. So when you want to measure, then unfortunately you have not to take this, because this will take the wall. So you should take the window axis, and then if you select the window, you can see that these are not working anymore. So for some, even if you can lock it then, but you basically have to work with the blue temporary dimensions to place the window, and then you can add additional dimensions, but just to lock it. Okay. Let me know if this works. You're welcome. So let me finish here the roof that I don't like. Awesome. Just to let you know, I am almost done. I know it's not a competition, but just to let you know. Mhm. Okay. Okay. I don't want to show you how this then is another thing that I have to make a video about. I don't want to show you how I make staircase. If not, it would be too easy. I will check you later. when I will show you my finished result. And I am back with new questions. I was about to try the folder by myself because I finished my own midterm exam. So let me test the Google Drive folder. Says folder empty. I go to my document. I try to upload. Oh, you can't. Well, let me fix it. Why? Give me a second. So Revit Friday midterm. This one. Revit Friday midterm. Share. Oops. That's true. That's true. So try it now by using this link. I will try as well. So let me see. Yes, it works now. Yes, 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 yes. It perfectly works now. And I have also placed my midterm. I mean, I tried to do this like you basically. I've used only Revit. I haven't used AutoCAD. I haven't converted the file from PDF to DWG. Just used Revit only. So if then you have nothing better to do and you want to download it and check it just to have an idea, you can. Yes, now it works. You said uploaded. Let me check. F5. Okay, let me open it from here. No. Revit Friday midterm. I can see only my file. Are you sure your upload is already done? Now the Cosima file is there. Okay. Yes. So it's not uploaded, it is uploading. Now it is arrived. Perfect. Now, yes, 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 yes. I tried. You can check. It is there. Okay. So folder works. If you have any kind of doubt, I will be here for another 15 minutes. Okay. Okay. It works. Do we have to put dimensions? I would say no, um, because you are using dimensions. And so question number one, do we have to put dimensions? The answer is no. You are using dimensions to make the floor plan as it looks like. And so you don't have to add them just to show that they are correct. So no, this is not important. Second question. For stairs, I want to ask, after cutting the floor, how can I make a nice railing in the cut? Okay. Ah, yes, I understand this. You mean basically here. Oops, not this one. You probably mean this. Hide this element. This is a tool we haven't explored yet, but basically what you are asking is this. I haven't placed it also because we haven't seen. You mean here. So, of course, when you go upstairs, there is a hole that technically allow people to fall down. So if we haven't explained it yet, but I mean, we will focus more. But basically, there is a tool that is actually called railing. And the thing is that railing needs just something that is the host first to be used. So we must pick the host and we must pick the floor. So the host is basically the object where the railing will be placed. And then the railing must be simply drawn as a path. So I will go to level 2 now, and I will draw it. And let's say I will draw this. It is an open path. I mean, just doesn't have to be closed because it would be like a just the path that the railing follows. When you click OK and you go to your 3D view, that is this one. This is the railing that we have created. When we have selected pick the host, we said basically that we need to place the railing on the floor, and then the railing follows the path that we have drawn. Then as railings for the stairs, you can change a little bit of the type by using the one that fits maybe your design. Railing is just that. Then next week, when you will be more focused on the lesson itself, I can repeat with a little bit slower steps to make a railing, but nothing more than this. Okay? Let me save it and then I will re-upload it. I mean, just to show up. But for example, just to show you, because I didn't want to use any tool that we haven't explained, if you notice, I've put a balcony here. Just because I didn't want to change this door with a window into the second floor. And instead of using railing, I've just used a thin wall, but I've set the height to be 1 meter in order to work as a balustrade. That is another method. Okay? No, you can't use the existing railing on the stairs because the railing of the stairs starts and finish as a host on the stairs. So whenever you change the shape of the stairs, you change the number of steps, the width, and so on and so on, the railing stays stick it to the stair. While to add the one that closes the hole in the floor is the floor that is the place where the railing is attached. So they must be two different objects. They can have same style, so you can select then same type, but it can be a continuous element that uses both the stairs and the floor as host objects to be attached. You're welcome. Also, it makes sense because the the floor is attached to levels. So if you move a level up and down, uh, everything that is attached to the floor will be moved up and down as well. And while if you move up and down a level and there is a staircase that goes from level 1 to level 2, the stairs is not going up and down, but the stair is instead changing the slope or the number of steps. So if you have railings in these two elements, they need to follow two completely different behaviors, and this is why they must be two different objects. Okay? Other questions? Any doubt? Mhm. Also, after this live, one student asked me a. It is interesting because it is a long time that I don't receive these questions. A student asked me a question in 3ds Max. So, uh, so after this live, and then I will answer the question that pop up in the chat. And I was saying, after this live, I will record just like a 2 minutes video because the student asked me something like how to make a it's called like a rippled glass effect in 3ds Max, and I had this interesting idea that is, and then I will share same with other classes. If you have generic questions in software, in all softwares that I teach for your projects, for other things like these, send me questions by mail. And my idea is that maybe once a week, what I will do is I will collect all questions that I receive, and I will make just a not a live stream, but I will just record instead a video that is the video where I will answer to your questions, and you will see me doing things that you have asked. Okay. I think I will be able to upload a video like this on Tuesday. Also because like real YouTubers used to do, in general there are videos like they are always called like Quick Tip Tuesday or 2 Minute Tuesday, stuff like that. And I mean also because Tuesday is my free day, I will have a bit more time to upload this kind of contents. Okay, like basically when we are at school, you know that on Tuesday and on Thursday I have 1 hour free and I can help students in for other projects. So I will use the Tuesday to upload a video about your questions. Today, just because the student asked me several days ago. I will do it just a small video today. But then in general, let's see if I receive enough questions, we will make a 2-minute Tuesday video. So one last thing is, if I have a ramp, will the railing follow the slope? Of course, yes. Because if you create the railing and you pick the host, no matter which is the host that you have selected, you change behaviors of that host, but the railing follows the rules of that host. So yes, for sure. Okay. Also, I mean, I have this gorgeous idea that is, you can, I mean, you're welcome. You can also ask me sometimes asking things computer related is a little bit tricky because maybe you don't know exact words to be used or how to describe exactly the problem that you may have, stuff like this. So some students following my suggestion, have started recording small videos with their phones, uh, pointing at the screen, and they talk. So they really make me the question like I was there and I was able to look at their laptops. So we can also do this, and this would be, if we can do this, it would be amazing because in that way I can also use your video to let people understand which is the question and how I will solve the question. Okay, I will of course remove any personal thing that may appears in stuff like that, names and so on and so on. But in this way, we can have a small video that says the question that you have and then my answer to that video. That can be also an interesting thing to do. Uh, of course, I won't do something like, those famous Instagram influencers that put in their stories like ask me anything, no, like which is your favorite colors, unusable thing like that, or maybe I mean, I don't know. One day when I will be famous, we will do this. Okay? Other questions? Because if not, I will close this live stream so that I can save it as a video that you can also watch it for 24 hours because I will basically close my midterm folder tomorrow at this hour. Okay? It could be awesome to be able to talk live showing our screen. Huh. Huh. I know it would be awesome, but how? I'm exploring something that is called Google Hangout, but it's a little bit complex to be set. So for now, easier thing that came to my mind is this: students just record the video and they say, "Hi Marco, this is my problem," and they show me their thing. I mean, it is something new for everyone. I mean, so I'm trying these other this additional platform that is Google Hangout. I know, I mean, in general is used for video calls and stuff like that. I don't know if it is easy to share the screen instead. So I'm exploring new tools to see if they are easy to be used without doing any complex kind of adjustment settings and stuff like this. Okay. Perfect. I mean, yeah, I think it is easy. I just need to check it because never used it honestly, rather than calling relatives. Okay, so let me close this live stream, and you're welcome. And we will see next time, next week, Friday. And remember, send me email, send me questions, and let's see if we can make nice videos. Bye, everyone.